My Wi-Fi is good.
Oh, sorry, I'm so hot. Oh, okay. Are we on now? Oh, you're on. Okay. Okay. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Thank you so much for tuning into INCRadio Texas. I'm one of your hosts, Sister Jamie Tolentino, and we apologize for the technical difficulties that we were having, but thank you so much for standing by and tuning in. And we have a very special show tonight, and I'm joined by Brother Justin and Sister Mayfan and everyone out there. Our show for this evening is basically a trip back in time. So we were going to be talking about INC Radio Texas that we launched some time back.
Yes, Sister Jamie, and it's not just the third anniversary of INCRadio Texas, but we're also celebrating the 10th anniversary of INCRadio International. Of course, I don't think we can be alone in this celebration, right, Sister Jamie?
Absolutely not. So we are joined by a very, very special guest that, will probably take us back in time. And we're so happy to have him on. I know it's a little late for him, but Brother Vince, Carl Fortes, thank you so much for joining us, brother.
Thank you so much for having me. And to our viewers and listeners, thank you for tuning in to INCRadio Texas. If you do remember me, I used to be from the locale of Dallas, Texas, now currently in the locale of Baltimore, Maryland, and part of the INCRadio Washington, D.C. Satellite Studio family currently. But I will always remember INCRadio Texas because it was the first INC radio show that I've been a part of, and I've always been a part of it, and next to Brother Justin. So very, very happy to be here right now.
A lot of friendship growth during that year, and still today, right, Brother Vince?
Yes, we're hitting almost 23 years now in our friendship.
And so, we can't also forget one of the OGs, Sister Mayfan. How are you, Sister Mayfan?
Take 3 for 3 years. Well, once more, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Magandang umaga, magandang tanghali, at magandang gabi to all our viewers and listeners out there. And from the call of Sugarland, District of Texas, I will be joining you tonight, talking about the very first time INC Radio Texas went live. I'm not sure if I was there. My memory
You were definitely there for a good
goldfish. I was there because in my brain, I'm like, I know I was in the Philippines, but if you say I was there, okay, I was there.
And we also want to say hi to Sister Wendy and Sister Abby, who's also joining us this evening. Hello, sisters. How are you?
Hi, Sister Jamie. Doing well. And hi, everyone. I am Sister Wendy from local of Houston. I'm really excited to be here. I'm relatively new to INC Radio, and so I'm just as excited as you are to hear all these wonderful stories back down memory lane. So back to you, Sister Jamie.
All right. So we have Sister Abby that is actually monitoring our YouTube chat this evening. And we do have a question of the day or question of the evening. And that is, what has INC Radio given you? What has it given me? What has it given you? Think about that. Make sure that you plug it down in our YouTube chat, and Sister Abby will be telling us all about it. So let's get this time capsule or this time travel going, right?
And actually, before we go into that, I think there's someone else here on our show, coming all the way from Humble, Texas. Brother Bern, how are you today?
Oh, I thought I was safe. I was just passing by. I heard you guys are having your 3 years anniversary, so I'm just passing by and I'm just listening to your.
Just passing by.
Yeah. But good evening. Thank you for welcoming me. Of course, I'm one of the panelists here in INC Radio, and I've been here for a year, right, Justin? I'm only here for a year, so I want to go.
Yeah, about a year.
Yeah. So I want to go down memory lane with brother Vince here. Of course, he moved on with his life. he he left Justin, his first best friend.
But
But
it's
yeah.
okay. He's doing bigger things now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
He
so
he
Sister Jamie, so Sister Jamie, what do we have next on our show right now?
Actually, since we are traveling down memory lane, I'm going to ask Brother Vince, can you, I guess, like take us back to the first INC broadcast? Because I know it was a very, very interesting time when INC Radio Texas started.
Yes. So, correct me if I'm wrong, Brother Justin, but I do believe it happened on November 6th, 2021. Right?
Yeah, I remember that vaguely actually because it was just a week right after my birthday actually.
Yes.
So, mhm.
I remember that. I remember being a week after your birthday. And for viewers out there, his birthday was exactly 2 days ago. So, happy belated birthday, Brother Justin.
Happy belated birthday!
Thank you.
In the chat, if you can, please say happy birthday to Brother Justin if you have not already. Uh, and it's been a while, so you may need to jog my memory, Brother Justin. But do you remember the topic?
Yes, I do remember that topic. Since it was our first broadcast at the time, we wanted to introduce our viewers and listeners what Texas was all about, and that was a topic all about Texas. Just sharing with everyone what the culture is like, what the and of course the food is. I think we all know what the food is like here in Texas, right? Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I distinctly remember talking about barbecue.
Yes.
Really?
Distinctly.
Barbecue? Is that a thing in Texas? Huh.
Of course it is.
It's
I
the
remember
only
about that. And
Texas.
I also distinctly remember you specifically talking about breakfast tacos.
That I remember.
Oh,
That I
nice.
remember. And I see that we're scrolling through a bunch of these photos right here, but this one I like in particular, the one that we're on right now. It's not just because yes, we all look so nice, yes, well, we all look so presentable, but it's the fact that this crew, most of them weren't with us at the time when we started INCRadio Texas, right, Sister Mayfan?
Yeah, I believe so. If I'm not mistaken, it's only the two of us in this picture. They actually started our
yeah,
Inspiro Texas.
we were
All of
just
them were
beginners here.
imports. They're all imports.
We're all beginners here.
Yes. But I mean, so if you started 3 years ago, that was what kind of like the tail end of the pandemic, or was that?
Yeah, it was definitely during the
was.
pandemic. So we couldn't, at the time, it was still risky for us to broadcast like what we're doing right now.
Sure.
So we all had to, it was safer for us to just broadcast from home and then just broadcast from home. Of course, social distancing at the time. And I don't know if there was a picture of us in wearing face masks over there. I wasn't, okay. Okay, so there wasn't. And that's fine. But yeah, I remember when we would meet up in person, we all, of course, do a face mask because we weren't sure if it was safe at the time. But now that it is a little safer, and then now we're able to do these broadcasts. That's one of the many things that have changed since then, actually.
Wow. We have come a long way. It's kind of interesting when you think about the pandemic happening, but maybe 4 years ago. It's amazing, like how much everything has changed and somehow has gotten back to some sort of normalcy. But
In a nutshell, like of course during that time we were established during that part of the pandemic, but also a lot has changed. Like some definitely different crew members. Some of them decided to move, but that's okay.
move and move
Hey,
on.
Justin, you gotta move on at some point.
Oh, I think the crew definitely was able to. I don't want to say move on, more like move forward.
Move forward. There
Move
you go.
forward. Yeah,
Hey, big word.
yeah, big brain,
Forward.
big brain. Like,
Yay.
kinda
Have
like
you
in that
moved
last
forward,
picture we
brother
saw.
Justin?
Take
Have
a
you moved
step.
forward though?
You take a step. Right
Yes.
step.
Okay, and wow, Sister Jamie, what time is it?
Oh, it's prize time, you guys.
Yes,
Prize time.
it-
Prize time.
It is prime time. Okay. Okay. All right. So for our viewers and listeners,
I
who
thought you were really
who
asking me what time it is.
So for our viewers and listeners who are here with us for the first time, this is the part of our show where we ask you a certain question that we have talked about anything that we spoke about during the show, and it's up to you to answer this question in our live YouTube chat, and our YouTube monitors will be selecting the winner for this question. Like, Sister Jamie, what's the first question that we have right here?
First question, and we know we mentioned it if you were paying attention. When was the exact date of the first INCRadio Texas broadcast?
Okay,
Let's
all right.
see.
So let's
Let's see if we have any takers.
okay, all right, okay. Wow. While we are
Am I included in
waiting
here? The
for
prize?
our winners.
I don't think you're eligible.
No, we're still showing it, Sister Lois.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's all right. Okay, but yeah, while we are waiting for everyone to lock in their answers, let's see who's tuning in our live YouTube chat. Looks like we have Will Sansam, hashtag INCRadio Texas, reminds me of the larger community of brethren across our state and gives me warm feelings when seeing the names, brethren and ministers we love in other cities. And he's tuning in all the way
Aw.
from San Antonio. And we have, oh, wow, we still have quite a bit of our viewers and listeners who are answering our question. We'll give you a little bit more time, but while everyone is still answering, let's see who else is tuning in. We have Jeffrey Menara, our new resident minister
Minister.
here in Austin, Texas.
Thank you for listening.
And we also have David Domini, the resident minister of San Antonio, Texas. And we have Mario Oka, I hope I pronounced that right, who says, good day here in the Philippines. Stay safe.
Oh,
Greetings from local what is that?
Brixtonville, District of Caloocan North. Oh, thank you for tuning in.
We also have Susan Caldejon, who is tuning in from the Lake Jackson Group Worship Service. And we also have Benson Santa Maria tuning in from Edinburgh, Texas. Okay, all right. We'll give our viewers and listeners a little bit more time to answer our question. Okay, all right. So that is it for our prize time question, and we will announce our winners at the end of our
Are we finding out the
show.
answer?
Okay, all right. Yeah.
No.
So let's see what our answer was.
What is the answer? Dun dun dun! November 6th, 2021.
November 6th, 2021. All right.
Do you remember what you were doing on November 6th, 2021? I hope you were tuning into INC Radio.
Well, I was well during that time, during that year, I was definitely in school.
Okay.
I'm sure many of us were still in school at the
Mhm.
time.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So
Sounds
that
good.
is it for our prize time question. Okay, so Sister Jamie, what else are we going to talk about today?
Well, since it's been, oh, you know what? Let's talk about your experience in INC Radio and what are some of your memorable experiences since you've been with INC Radio.
Okay,
Let you take us down to your memory lane.
how far do I go back, Brother Bern? How far should I go back? Like
All
last
the way
year,
back.
or
You can go back at the very beginning, where you were with
The very
brother
At the very beginning.
beginning.
the
The very beginning.
the very beginning? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so this was about back in 2016 actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had
2016.
just graduated high school at the time, and then the host at the time, Sister Therese May Ramos, who got married a while ago, and then she asked me to be on the show for quite a few times, and then shortly after she made me a crew member, and I wasn't the only one who was part of that, right, Brother Vince?
That is correct. I was also made a crew member as well around the same time that Brother Justin was made a crew member.
And I don't think we were alone in that crew. I believe we had an entirely different group that was also working with us, right, Sister Mayfan? Right? There was another a larger group that was also working with us.
Who would that be? Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember now.
Aw.
I need some catalyst to be like, you remember them. All of those
Look at how
faces.
young everyone looks.
Oh, I remember these people. I know these people.
And it says INC Radio Midwest. Wow. Okay.
Yes.
So was it?
Oh, look
you
at-
all
It's a hot
part
Look
of-
at Vince over there.
minute.
Look at Vince.
I know, so skinny.
Okay, everybody was so skinny before. I swear. Everybody was so skinny. We are growing. We
We're
are
really going through a
growing.
photo album right now.
Oh, look at
And
you.
then that was during one of our broadcasts we were covering. But Vince, I believe at the time we were covering the what's it called? The district booklet formal at the time, the event for all the married
Yes.
members.
Yes, I do remember this. And I also remembered that I needed a haircut.
Wait, on the next one, Justin got a haircut, and that was, I think, one of your worst haircuts when they went a little bit high.
No, no, that was during
It was a
another
different
time.
one, but you got a haircut.
Look how cute you
But yeah,
guys
it was entirely
are.
different crew at the time, especially
Oh.
when all of us were still one district though.
Mhm.
Mhm.
This is
So
also around the time where Brother Justin had a wardrobe incident as well.
We're not gonna talk about that.
I've heard that
I
story
believe
way
we
too many
have other
times.
photos to show. Yes, and
Wow.
Oh
then yes,
wow.
we always love reporting live on all of our district activities to show the world what is happening inside the Church of Christ inside in this part of the world.
It's interesting that you mentioned how you joined INC Radio because I think for Sister Wendy and I, we pretty much have the same experience where we were panelists, and that's how we, got roped into this rodeo that is INC Radio. That like I think you participate in like an episode or a broadcast, and all of a sudden you're like, this is a great platform, and I'm hooked. What about you, Sister Wendy? Do you remember like what INC Radio has done for you? The question of the day.
I do. And actually, just in fact, it was Brother Justin and Sister May who roped me in. So, yeah, like what you said, Sister Jamie, it really started out with kind of joining in as a panelist and then starting to tune in more in different episodes and different shows in INC Radio. And then one day, Brother Justin and Sister May just reached out, and it was actually a really nice surprise.
Yeah.
So yeah, it has definitely. I see you smiling, Sister May. So
She has a lot to do with it. Roping us in.
yes. Yeah.
And before we move forward with our topic discussion, I've been seeing the live chat just blowing up and right here on our live YouTube chat. So let's go ahead and see who else has been tuning in. We have Chris Mendicino tuning in from Houston, Texas. We have Nida Pablo tuning in from Humboldt, Texas. We have Nathaniel Russell who's tuning in with us from the District of South Central States, and then and he's watching while playing board games with the family. It's nice
Aw,
seeing
thank you for tuning
family
in.
time.
That's
A great way to
awesome.
open up the weekend.
Yes.
Okay, and we also have our very own district CFO overseer tuning in with us from Corpus Christi, and we also have Camille Reliero who says happy viewing, Sister Jenny, and happy belated birthday, Brother Jeff, and she's tuning in from Humboldt, Texas. We have Mark Eilers who's also tuning in, and we also have, I hope I pronounced this right, Ronalyn Fregino. Please head to our district minister, Rizal East, Brother
East,
Arnel.
Makatangay.
Oh, wow. Okay, wow. So nice to see some of our viewers and listeners tuning in here from the Philippines. Well, thank you so much to all of our viewers and
Yes.
listeners for tuning in with us. And also, please don't forget to answer our question of the day. So, what do we have next on our topic discussion?
Well, let's talk about, since it's also the 10-year anniversary of INC Radio International, rightfully so. Like we have, our listeners tuning in internationally right now. Let's talk. What are some of the things that you can tell us about the establishment of INC Radio, and what and can you talk about like programs like aside from INC Radio, like certain districts, like what other shows we have on INC Radio?
Yes, of course, Sister Jamie. So this dated all the way back to 2014, which was, of course, I'm sure you remember, it was the centennial year of the
yes,
church, right?
Yes.
So, of course, at the time, there was lots of stuff happening, lots of activities, and not just on the day of the centennial, but also leading up to the centennial
Yes, I
anniversary.
remember.
And also, and we also have activities happening afterwards, too,
Yes.
because we were still celebrating that.
Mhm.
And I see Sister Laura, she's agreeing with me too. A lot of activities, lots of fun events happening inside the church. So at the time, the church saw the need to expand INC Radio. So in 2014, at some point later in that year, I believe it was October 25th.
Oh wow.
October 25th, 2014. They had the first broadcast of INC Radio here in the United States, more specifically over there in San Francisco, California, which was where we had the first INC.
Shout out San Francisco.
I think Brother Vince, I guess in a way, you're from San Francisco too, right?
Yes,
He's from
for a
Texas.
time.
He's from Texas by way of San Francisco, and now by But
Yes,
Baltimore,
exactly.
apparently.
I'm kind of traveling through each studio as I go.
Yes. Okay. And I think it is. I think it is that time already. Is that right, Sister Jamie?
It is that time. Prize time.
Okay. All right. Prize time. All right. Let's see what we have here on.
And we just said it, so hopefully you're paying
for our
attention.
next question.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So,
You're
Sister
gonna
Jamie, what's our second question?
Second question. Where in the United States did INCRadio International start? So we're going to give you some time to put your answers down in the chat below. And then we also have, chat is just blowing up this evening. It's
It is,
it's so great that we
Okay.
have everyone tuning in tonight.
We
Thank
have
you
our-
so much.
And our answer choices: Honolulu, Hawaii. We also have
Wow.
Humboldt, Texas; Chicago, Illinois; and we
Wow.
also have California on here also. Sister Mayfan, have you ever been to Chicago, Illinois? Sister Mayfan, have you ever been there?
No, I haven't. I should. Should I? I
Yeah,
should go.
Yeah, you should. I've never been there, but I like to go.
Okay, we can
but-
go. We can
uh,
go. Wait, last show we were talking about going to Florida. Now we're talking about going to Chicago. You're just building up plans
Yeah.
and plans and plans.
Okay, all right. Let's see. Let's continue looking at. Let's give our viewers and listeners a little bit more time to give some answers for this prize. Okay, I see a lot of the answers
Look at
flowing through.
that.
Brother Byrne, have you ever
Wow.
been to Humboldt, Texas?
Of
Isn't
course,
he
I'm
the-
loyal, brother Justin. I don't know the umbo. Umbo.
Okay. But Brother Vince, I know you've been to Honolulu, Hawaii, though.
In fact, I've been to 3 of these places. Can you guess which one I
Ooh.
haven't been to?
Ooh.
Chicago.
One of
The-
them you.
The umbo.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
No
Sister,
way.
Sister Wendy,
Uh-huh.
have you ever been to one of these places?
I've also been to, well, I've actually been to all 4.
Okay, must be nice. Must be
Oh.
nice.
She beat the record.
They're really nice.
See,
Must
Okay,
see
be
all
guys,
right, I think-
nice.
I'm loyal.
Yeah.
I'm only in umbo.
How to be you po?
I'm loyal.
Okay, all right. I think we can already show the answer to our viewers and listeners,
Yes.
which is
Dun dun dun.
San Francisco, California. Okay, all right.
My
so-
hometown.
Yes, So to all of our
Oh,
viewers and
I didn't
listeners,
know that.
we'll so thank you so much for participating in our prize time question, and we'll be sure to announce the winner at the end of our show, who will be selected by of course our YouTube chat supervisors.
Yes. All right. So kind of like moving on with our, kind of like our travel in time, but now we're kind of like traveling kind of forward-ish. So in INCRadio Texas now, how did you see INCRadio grow over the years? I mean, I guess I really can't answer this since I've only been with INCRadio for maybe like a year-ish.
Well, I'm sure you yourself grew in some part of INCRadio, right, Sister Jamie?
Yes. I think so.
She paused.
It was the
she
moment. of
paused for a while.
silence.
It was the
Pause for
pause.
a
It's,
while.
it's a senior moment.
She really said, "What did I grow from?"
She was like,
How do
"Let
I
me
grow?
think.
You know
Where?
what? Yes. What did I ask you? I said, how do you see INCRadio grow
But,
over the years?
yes,
yes, I have seen it grow where there is now different. Okay, so a lot of like districts have branched out, so there's even more INCRadio satellite studios now,
Yes, of course.
right? So
Mhm.
for example, I know Texas began as what? South Central states? Midwest.
Actually,
Southern
so
Midwest.
if we're talking about INCRadio,
Mhm.
in fact, before 2021, we used to work with another district, northern Midwest, which they are now Great Lakes and
Great
Northern
Lakes.
Plains. I'm sure, Brother
See.
Vince, Sister Mayfan, do you remember working with that other district, right?
I'm still working with them right now with Chatline.
Oh yes, INCRadio chat line.
Chatline.
And Brother Vince, you remember working with our friends and family up north, right?
I do remember. Those are very, very fun memories, especially, going back on how far INT Radio has come, it's really interesting to see that, all of us now have mics. We all have very, very high definition cameras. Back then,
I feel so
we were.
bad. I feel like I haven't grown when you're saying
Oh, yeah.
that because I'm still
think-
using
I
the
think-
same phone. I'm
No,
still using the same
this is-
headset.
No, see,
I think
Well,
Sister
back-
this
Mayfan needs to
then, but-
upgrade. She
I
needs
need
to
to.
upgrade.
Justin
you're
can tell
let-
me that.
wait, Brother Bern, what did you say?
I think she needs to upgrade.
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 can, but-
Wait, what do you think that I said?
No. I just didn't hear you, but I think
Oh,
He
oh.
wants to
here we
emphasize
have-
it.
I think here for us INC radio members, we each have our own way of featuring this program. Like we have people like a brother Bern who likes to go all out, and Sister Mayfan, you like to make the most of what you have.
What I
I
have.
think Sister Mayfan is just very minimalist.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Very
Sister
minimalist.
Ah.
No fuss, no muss. I get it. I get that. I'm
I
I'm
love
all
that.
about it.
I mean,
I
it's,
love that.
it's stress free. You just plug in the earphone and then that's it.
Exactly.
It gives
That's
same
it.
quality.
Same quality, right? If
That
it's
is
not, what is
exactly
it? If
how
it's not
Brother Dustin
broken,
and I
don't
started.
fix it.
Oh, if it's not broken, don't fix it. This
Don't
is
fix
my
it,
third.
right?
This is my third earphone.
Brother Vince was saying something, and now you're upgraded to 2 mics now.
I will say that
Yeah.
is actually how Brother Justin and I started when we were in an INC radio. In fact, we didn't even start out with us being in our rooms. It was actually in our cars when we started.
Oh wow.
Wow, you broadcasted from your car? Are you able to get signal from your car?
Surprisingly, yes. Especially if you're in
Wow.
a very, very open area where there's a lot of Wi-Fi.
Nice. That's really nice.
Interesting.
Resourceful.
It's very resourceful.
It is.
A good example would be a time
That is
when-
definitely like very scrappy or very startup-y, like in a way.
But that just shows how much we've grown in
Yes,
INC radio
yes.
because because I'm sure all of us we had lots of room to learn, and I'm sure I'm sure everyone here like Sister Wendy had learned a lot of stuff in INC radio, right, Sister Wendy?
Yeah, for sure. It's learning every day. And I'm still very impressed by the comment Brother Vince said, broadcasting how far we've come equipment wise, but I'm sure not just equipment wise, moving from the car to a station to a room, but also content wise. I definitely have seen, even just with the very short time that I've been with INC Radio, the content wise has just evolved so much. So yeah, for sure.
Yes,
Great.
and of course we can't forget the other programs that we have here on INT Radio. And not just INT Radio Texas. Of course, we want all of our viewers and listeners tuning in to INT Radio Texas, but we also have other programs such as Health Matters, where the host would give tips and helpful advice on how to maintain your health. We also have From Our Table, which is actually a cooking show, actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a cooking show. They feature foods and also some other nutritional advice that I always really like to watch. And we also have INT Video Chat Line, and I believe Sister Mayfan, you also help out in INT Video Chat Line. Is that right?
Yeah, I make they've been assigning me to do the promos. Where I
Oh.
started actually with INCRadio Texas. When I moved from the Philippines, I started doing your promo videos. That's where I started, from behind the scenes. And then here I am now.
So first you're behind the camera.
No, I'm
Now
in
you're
the
in
front.
front.
That is growth for sure. If we want to tune into these shows, how does one go about tuning into a show like Health Matters or From Our Table?
Well, of course, all they have to do is just subscribe to our INC Radio YouTube channel, which is of course INC Radio DZAM 954, and we have an endless list of programs
Oh.
and broadcasts that we have done, like all of our satellite studio
Mhm.
programs. We also have programs like Faith and Melody, where they talk about faith, and also listen to Cristo original music.
Mhm.
And then of course we have the other programs that we also mentioned.
That's awesome, because I was really excited to hear that we're even on Spotify.
Yeah,
So
we can hear it
you
now.
yes,
INC
basic-
Original Music
yeah,
on
get
Spotify.
that that music, your music list, your INC music original
Get
music
that
list. together.
Babalik,
Yeah. Yes.
babalik. Yeah, get that
So that's
dance.
definitely, I would say, yeah, that's growth, and it's definitely like a lot, like we have definitely evolved. Yeah.
Yes, yes, of course, Sister Jamie. And then, and of course, we do have our question of the day, but I don't think some of our own panelists have answered that question yet.
No, I don't think we have. I mean, I asked it, but we kind of like brushed uh, the subject. So let's do a round table. What has INC Radio done for you? We're gonna start with Brother Vince. So because I'm looking this way, so I'm going from left
You're
to
looking
right.
this way, and
My
I'm the
left
first one that.
to, yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, I would say what IMC Radio has done for me, it has brought out a lot of hidden talents that I didn't know that I had. From broadcasting to being confident on camera, and then learning how to correctly use a camera as well, and learning about lighting, learning about video, and learning about how to create good content, especially for shows like this. It's nice to be able to experience that. But I think the most amazing thing that INC Radio has done for me is it's brought me closer to a lot of the brethren all over the world. And so I'm thankful that I have a lot of friends that are from INC Radio, because those are my lifelong friends now. AKA Brother Justin too, as well, and Sister Mayfan. We've worked for so long together, and I just remember every single show that we've done together. So those are the things that I will remember, and I've always remembered when it comes to INC Radio, is the friends that I made along the way.
Oh, no tears.
That's awesome. It's so true though. Like when you do join, like organizations, whether it would be, like all the CFO organization, you do make these lifelong friends there. Like, wherever you go, how far away you may be, you're always going to have that bond. So I think INC Radio has definitely done that for a lot of us. Sister Wendy, what has INC Radio done for you?
Well, it's definitely brought a lot of opportunities, and I'm just feeling very thankful for that. And it definitely allowed me to meet all these amazing people right here, some of which are, here with us tonight, and a lot of the viewers online as well. So it's definitely opened a lot of doors. And it's just given me an opportunity to kind of help contribute in a way, however small, or slowly making that growth. So I think that's one of the bigger items for me.
That is so true. It's definitely helped edify. Yeah, at least like for me, like I will definitely feel that, and also like it was such a great platform that we can also hope to inspire those who are tuning in. Speaking of tuning in,
Yes.
yes,
Yes, of course. Yes, I
we'll
think
continue our
But
round
yes.
table, but we're excited to basically announce the winner.
yes, of course. We do have our winners from our prize time, and that was selected by our YouTube chat monitors, and they are
The winners are, drum roll please,
Hans Ivan Besa from Humble, Texas,
Woo!
and we're gonna bring it all the way home to Austin, Texas, because our winner is Brother Jeffrey Monar.
Yay!
Yay!
All right, thank you
Okay.
so much for tuning in. What do they win,
I'm
Brother
proud of
Justin?
Umbo. Yes, Umbo.
Umbo represent. Oh, I'm Sugarland. No.
Yes, thank you so much, not just to our winners, but also to our viewers and listeners that have participated in our prize time, but also for tuning in to our show here on INC Radio Texas. And I think, Sister Jim, I think it is that time.
Is it
once
that time we're
again.
gonna wrap up?
I believe so.
And it's always so sad when we have to like wrap this up, but but can we just do one quick, like like the rest of the team, or like what INC Radio has meant
Yes,
to
of
them?
course, of course.
So okay, so then still going this way, Sister Mayfan. What has INC Radio like? I mean, and you've been with INC Radio in like different, like locations.
Districts.
And,
Yeah, locations and district.
Yes.
Two things: knowledge, knowledge, and friendship. Because that's a big thing. When I moved here, I literally knew nobody. But due to because of INC Radio, I've met this cool people right here, Justin and Kuya Vince right there, and then everything just felt okay. So it got me out of the slump from moving here, well, from moving from the Philippines to here. So that's
Oh,
a big thing.
Sister Mayfan thinks I'm cool. I think that's an achievement.
You doing the Scooby Doo skit? Yes, you got it. Cool.
Yeah, and there are definitely a lot of fun memories I've also made in INC Radio, especially for Sister Mayfan. Some memories would be something involving this.
oh.
That's an extension cord.
that's
Period. Period.
that's that's for another story.
Yes, we'll have to dive into that. I'd like to know that. But you know what? I have to agree with you, Sister Mayfan. I think like for someone who's transplanted from, another district to here, I think that INC Radio has definitely also kind of, made me like meet other like, brethren from other locales, which I'm gonna say humble. I know you guys pronounce it as humble. So I mean, I think definitely like that really like like definitely like help us meet other brethren. So I'm just gonna continue this way. Now it's Brother Justin.
Oh.
What has INT Radio done for you?
Well, of course, INCRadio is not only a tool that we use to share our faith, but also kind of like what we've been discussing throughout our show. It's lots of growth because if because at the time, of course, I was just a follower. I was just still trying to see what was happening. I wasn't sure why we were doing these programs. I wasn't sure why we always did this, why we always featured this, why never this.
Mhm.
But next, for me at least, 8 years later, for me, and now we're leading INC Radio. We relaunched uh, uh, with our own time slot.
Mhm.
We're also working with brethren, and not just here in our dish, not just here in our satellite, but also with other crew members from across the country, from across the globe, and they're teaching us all these new things, and they're not just things we could use for our satellite, but also things that we could use in our everyday life. I know how to use a camera now.
That is amazing. It's like you didn't realize that you can actually learn another skill that may come in handy one day.
It very much is handy, and I very much use my hands for that. So who do we have next, Sister Jamie?
And I guess it would be me, but I think I've been kind of like reiterating what everyone has said about like what INC Radio means to them. But for me, it means that I have been able to elevate my level of serving our Almighty God. I know it sounds really corny, but it's true. I think it's never too late to always try to like up your game, so to speak. So that's what INC Radio has done for me.
And we also have some comments here on our live YouTube chat, especially from our CFO overseer, Brother Archie Talent, who says, INC Radio kept us entertained, informed, and inspired. We are able to learn more about the activities conducted in other districts, and he also says we're also able to share our faith with our friends wherever they may be in the world through our Bible mission through INC Radio.
So
And then
true.
we also yes, and we also have Liz McDonald, who says, thank you to INC Radio for keeping us up to date. We appreciate your hard work and dedication. And she's tuning in from the Lake Jackson group worship service. And we also have Michael De Jesus, who says, INC Radio brought out so much talent and skills that we wouldn't know we could do, meeting brethren from local to district and brethren globally.
It's so
And
true.
yes, and we also have our very own district supervising minister, Brother Noel Carita Divo, who's tuning in with us. And we also have lots of comments. We have
Yes.
username Love Lydia, who's tuning in from the Lake Jackson Group Worship Service. And we also have Donna Torres tuning in from Universal City, Texas. And let's read one more. Let's see what we have right here. We have, let's see here. We have Ramel Aquino tuning in, the resident minister from Killeen, Texas, tuning in with us. And we also have Rachel, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Rachel D, who says, happy viewing from local of Manay and
And Madang
Madang
District of Davao Oriental. Wow. Thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, last but not least, our favorite, Brother Byrne. What has INC Radio mean to you? Or what has it done to you?
Oh man, I thought I was safe again. What what's the saying says? I mean, the last is saved. Oh, I don't remember anymore. But that's the quote.
Save
But
the best for last.
save the
Save the
best
best
for
I
for
last.
got
last.
There
you.
you
Yes.
go.
I
There
got
you go.
you.
But anyway, since I became IC Radio, I remember one time that Vince and I was a guest from the Philippines to show what was like in our city, to show to the brethren in the
Oh,
Philippines what we were doing here in the States. So that's one. So I was like, I was proud to uh, just a little bit show what we can do here in INCRadio Texas. You know, we're connected through this technology nowadays. Now that sharing, is really powerful. Yeah. And
yes.
then yeah, as Justin said, now I know how to use a camera.
Camera.
He does, and he knows how to use it really well.
Yep.
That is
Oh really?
amazing.
Oh really?
Oh, look at
Yeah,
that.
of
Take it,
course.
take it, take it. Well, it has been a joy traveling down memory lane with all of you this evening. And thank you so much for tuning in. Like all good things, this must come to an end. So, with that said, we would like to thank our district CFO overseer, Brother Matt Carl Talons, our assistant district minister, Brother Chody Sampson, our district supervising minister, Brother Noel Caratativo, our executive producer, Brother Emmanuel Andaya, our CFO coordinator, CEBSI CEO, Brother Angelo Arano V. Manalo, and our executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. Tune into IC Radio Texas every Friday night, Central Time, and subscribe to our IC Radio YouTube channel. And thank you so much for spending your Friday evening with us.
Yes, thank you. Thank you all to our viewers and listeners. And I think we have some greetings and shout
Shout
outs from
outs.
our panelists as well. Sister Wendy, do you have any greetings and shout outs for us?
Of course. Greetings and shout outs to all the viewers. Thank you so much for spending Friday night with us. And a special shout out to Local of Houston.
All
Nice.
right, Sister Mayfan, how about you? Greetings and shout outs?
Sending my greetings. I'm done for Friday, y'all. Sending my greetings and shout outs to everybody in the local congregation of Sugarland. See you tomorrow. To all my friends and family back in the Philippines. I will see you soon.
Oh.
That's
All right. And Brother Byrne, do you have any greetings and shout outs for us?
Nothing much. Thank you for tuning in INC Radio Texas. Thank you for those who tuned in here in Humble. Of course, thank you for our resident minister, Brother Armand David and his family, and thank you, Sister Camille, for everything.
And Brother Vince, last but not least.
oh, baby.
That was
Aw.
really cute. I'm sorry.
Oh, he's about to cry. He's about to cry. No.
He's so cute.
I like to greet and shout out INCRadio Texas Satellite Studio for having me once again. It's been so long since I've been on this studio, so it's nice to be a part of it once again. Even if it was for a short time, I would love to join again. Just letting you know, I'm always free on Fridays.
Oh, yeah. There's always a seat for you
Noted.
here.
All right, we have a
here
new
on
member.
INCRadio Texas.
Wait.
Yes,
And
and we also-
I also like to give a shout out to INC Radio San Francisco as well as INC Radio Washington D.C. Satellite Studio. So be sure to tune into those as well as I am part of those. As well, I like to give a shout out to all of our friends as well. Brother Justin, you know which friends I'm referring to.
I do.
Yes, all of our friends, Brother Rayburn, Sister Joy, Sister Brother Christian, and Brother Powell, and Sister Melanie as well. Shout out to them. And also my family as well. And a big special shout out to my sister, Sister Jasmine, whose birthday is going to be next week. So happy birthday to you. And also to my dad as well. Happy early birthday to the both of you.
Yes, thank you so much, Brother Vince. And we have one more comment here on our live YouTube chat. I couldn't help but to notice it. But this one is from one of our resident ministers in Houston, Texas, Brother Crispin Aquino, who says, INCRadio helps us, members of the Iglesia Ni Cristo Church of Christ, stay connected with each other and the church's activities worldwide. So thank you so much, Brother Crispin,
Worldwide.
and to all of our viewers and listeners for tuning in with us here on INCRadio Texas. We'll see you next week, Friday, 9 p.m. Central Daylight Time, or next Saturday, 10 a.m. Philippine time. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
To our dearest Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, we would like to take this opportunity
to stand together,
to express our profound love,
to show our deepest gratitude
to our loving leader,
a leader of unshakable faith,
who valiantly steers the church along the path to salvation,
a stalwart protector of our Christian values,
who tirelessly safeguards us all,
so we can stand strong in the faith.
Your love for the church is evident,
and so do your untiring efforts.
And on your birthday po,
it is our prayer to God that He always guide you
and give you strength.
May God bless you po with good health.
May He grant you more wisdom po,
so you may constantly stand with uncompromised conviction,
so you may always lead with His truth.
We pray po that God grant you peace
as we journey in this troubled world.
May God grant you more success as you lead the church to be pleasing to Him.
to our executive minister,
to our church administrator,
to our dearest brother in the faith.
Happy birthday po.
Happy birthday po.
Happy birthday po.
Happy birthday po.
Happy birthday po, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo.